and welcome. This is Dr. Susan, and I'm delighted you're here with me today. I wanted to share some stories and also a couple of little gift ideas and game ideas that relate to kindness. We've done a lot of different things on kindness, and there's lots of books out there that talk about it and ways in which you can incorporate that in your life and in your play. Kindness is something that kind of spreads all over the place by our thoughts and our actions and the way that we interact with one another and the way you act with yourself, too. Kindness has a lot to do with that. So I have a really cute story to share with you, and it has some really pretty pictures in it. And I thought we would start out with that, and then I'll show you how to use some ideas from the story and also incorporate your own ideas on ways in which you can spread a little kindness. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to the story and see what it's going to help us learn how to do. All right, so let's get started. Share a Little Kindness. It's written and illustrated by Colleen Bernetti. And you see our little pony up there, and also there is a key. Kindness is a key. So let's see how we can use that and how they use it in the story. Share a little kindness, love. Be the good that you see, that others see. Here's a couple of ladybugs. Look inside and you will find everything that you can be. Let's see if we can look at that picture and see how many different little critters are on that page. I see some mushrooms and flowers and ladybugs, and I even see a snail in that particular picture. Give without a second thought. Always give to those in need. So if you know someone that may need something, see if you can be assistance. For when you share all that you have, and you plant a perfect little seed. And there's the butterflies and the pretty flowers. Try your best with all your might. Even try when you are down. Push on through the challenges and straighten up your shining crown. Isn't that a pretty peacock? You know that on the peacock's feathers, when they open them up, they call those eyes, peacock eyes. They're the little designs on the peacock feathers. Aren't those pretty? But yeah, push through your challenges. Choose your words so carefully, even if you feel offended. Gentle words can calm the storm, and friendship can surely be mended. And I don't know exactly the animals those are. Orangutans, maybe? Always say you're sorry when you know that you've done something wrong. And it's okay, I will forgive, can sometimes be the sweetest song. That's really important. Spend some time in nature. Love. Take a breath, slow and deep. Listen to the wind and waves as they sing you off to sleep. A couple of turtles. Those are pretty. Run and jump and play today. Go outside. Be wild and free. Imagining will take you far. You never know what you can be. Yeah, the unicorn is very magic. Go and read a story, love. Books are magic, yes, it's true. A book can take you anywhere, and the journey's up to you. You can go to Paris or Italy or London. I think that's Big Ben in the middle, and the Eiffel Tower. And I think that's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but I'm not sure. Listen close when others speak. Give them your kindest ear. For others need to say their piece, and sometimes it's your turn to hear. We'll chat about those things in just a minute. You have the right to say, please stop, or I don't like the things you do. Be strong and brave and speak your truth, because you are in charge of you. Always find the magic, love. Always look out for the light. Even in darkness, love, be sure to keep it in your sight. That's pretty too with the penguins. Every day is a new beginning. Every day you have a choice. You can make a difference. Just be bold and raise your lovely voice. It's always nice to hear people singing, isn't it? Be kind. The end. That's a very cool story. Even those few pages that we looked at said a whole lot. Sometimes things we think about. With the story, I thought it was such a clever story, and this is the cover of the book. I'll show it here. It says, "Share a little kindness," and you can find this on. We found it on Amazon. Is where we got this book, and it's a great storybook, and it's a great storybook too for boys and girls that are at that place where they're learning to read, because the words are relatively simple and fun to read. And the pictures open up such a wonderful stage of your imagination of all the great things that you can do. So a couple of things that I thought might be, one of them is to give yourself an opportunity to think about a way you'd like to be kind on a particular day. Say maybe Sunday you would pick a day to plant a seed of kindness. Gee, how do you do that? What would you do to plant a seed? And what the seed, they're not talking about digging a hole and putting a fruit or vegetable seed in it and then watching it grow. You're planting thought seeds. And thought seeds are those kinds of things that you think about, and some thought seeds you take action on, which you, as soon as you do that thought and put it into action, you've planted an idea that could grow in many different ways. Probably sometimes it grows in ways that you don't even know because of what you thought and what you did. And those are the most wonderful kind of magic seeds that you can plant. But the ideas that they presented in the book are a lot of different ways in which to express kindness. Not only kindness to others, but kindness to yourself. It's like when you absolutely know that you've done something that wasn't kind to someone, or you didn't follow through on something you were supposed to apologize and to honor that part that, it's something that you didn't live up to that you should have, but it's also something you learned from, so that you're able to take that idea and go, well, that's not something I want to feel, because it's not a comfortable feeling. That I'll remember that, and then when I give my word or say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to actually do it. And that also makes ourselves feel better. And then when we do take action on something we decide to do, it makes a difference to someone. And again, you may not know who that is. That's the cool part about being kind. And being kind to yourself. Sometimes being kind to yourself is go to bed on time. Go to bed and get some rest, especially if you're tired. That's being very kind to yourself. And sometimes being kind to your mom or your dad for all the things that they do for you, especially mom if she's at home with you, all the things that she does and takes care of for you that you don't have to do, is say thank you. That's a way of showing kindness not only for someone else, but showing it for yourself. When we are grateful for or appreciate something someone does for us, and you say thank you for that, that just increases the opportunities to come to you that you can be thankful for. So it's like this circle that kind of goes around and around and around. And the more times we spend planting seeds and planting ways of being kind, the more comes to us, the more kindness that comes to us. And we don't do it because we want that back. We do it because it makes a difference in how we feel. So one of the things that I thought about with this book, since it was such a cute book and had such nice things in it for us, is that see if we could make a project for ourselves. that we were going to do one thing, one kind thing each day, and see if you can follow through for the whole week to see if you can get those things accomplished. And one of the things I thought we could do, and I started them, and I'll show you how to make them, is that I took the book, and you don't have to use the book. You could use pictures from a magazine. You could draw pictures. You could do, or if you have photographs that would remind you of a certain kindness that someone did for you that you'd like to do for them or someone else, you can take those pictures if mom doesn't mind or dad doesn't mind. If you keep those pictures and do that with it, or if you have the capabilities, then mom and dad can make a copy of it for you, that would be even better. But make yourself a set of kindness cards. I'm going to use the book as an example for you so that you can create something like that. So I'm going to show you how to make the card first, and then I'll show you how you can put it into practice. So what I did is I took the pages and shrunk them down very small. You can see that they're very little. And I'm going to cut this one, or actually I also did the other page. I'm just going to pull this up and show you. This is the big version. So what I did is I took, I might as well use the page I've got. It's the first one. This one. And I put this on my computer and typed it up so that I had it. So it reminded me. And then I made a small copy of this one, very small. I'm only going to use this just for myself. So I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to do when someone else creates something. You have to use their permission to do something with it, okay? So this is just something you do for yourself. So we took that, I'll put this back, and I'm going to take the words that I made. I'm just going to line it up, and if you don't get the whole picture in, that's okay too. But I'm going to line it up, and then I'm just going to cut it. You can draw, you can trace around it if you want to. And by tracing around it, then you can cut it out. But this was like a quick step. So I've done that. Put this in the trash. And so now I have the picture and I have the words, like you're doing a book. So then I'm going to turn this over. Let's see. Maybe that's this one right here. Then I'm going to take this and just put, and I'm just using a glue gun. You can use a Scotch tape, you can use glue, whatever you want to. I just happen to have this here, so I'm using it. And then I'm going to take the picture, lay it face down, and then lay this one, line it up, and do that. I made a card. So there's the card. And on one side is the picture, and on the other side is the idea. So the first one was share a little kindness. Love can be the good that others see. And it isn't necessarily to have somebody else see what you're doing. It's a matter of doing the kindness because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you've added something to someone's day. Maybe made them smile if they were sad or something like that. So, and that's a wonderful kindness. So this was the first card because that was the first part of the book. So I'm going to lay that down here. So that's the first thing that we did. So we put that there. And then I'm going to do one more because I just wanted to show you 2 pages. 2 ways to do this. So then we're going to do the same thing with the second page and just cut around the words. And the words I just typed into my computer and printed them out because I certainly didn't want to destroy the book. And then the other thing too, to remind yourself where you got, if you take the ideas, that write down where the words are, where they came from, where you got the idea. That's always nice because you're honoring the person, the drawings, and also the person that wrote the words by saying that that's who it came from. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So now I've made, after I put this one on, I've made a whole set, of cards. So there's this one. So basically, and like I said, if you want to do something like this for yourself, like you wanted to maybe just think about different things like maybe plants and animals and fish and birds and people, maybe your friends. You could draw pictures of your friends, or if you have pictures you can use. And with this today, I would like to tell my friend who lives in a different state that I think about them and I appreciate them. So you can, how would you do that? You can either make a phone call, a card. So you can make a card. So when you do that and they receive your card, you've planted a seed. And maybe they'll take that same idea and send somebody they know a card. And that's how it kind of goes and gets the ideas planted. And that's how seeds produce more stuff, more things. Usually the wind and the rain and everything else take care of seeds and moving them from place to place. We get to do it with post office and a stamp, especially if you use letters, or send an email. If you have that capability, or your mom and dad will help you with that. Send an email, and maybe to your grandparents, or maybe to a cousin or something like that. So that's one way that you can plant a seed, and that's what this says. It says, look inside and you will find everything that you can be. And when it says everything you can be, what does that mean? What can you be? Well, we can be kind, we can be loving, we can be caring. And doing these kinds of little things for yourself or for others helps us grow that idea and grow that almost like a habit. But habits you don't want to just do because you've already done them. You do them with thought. And thought's another one of those things that you can plant for yourself. So you can use these ideas. Now this one, we did this one, so I'll put this one face down, the picture down. And the one with the peacock says, try your best with all your might, even try when you are down. And maybe you know a friend that's having a challenge or something that they just need someone to listen to them. Not necessarily tell them what to do or how to do something, but just to listen. To know that you're showing that you care just because you listen. And sometimes that's nice. Maybe mom is having a rough day and she just needs to talk to somebody. And she's, say, can I help? Maybe simply by listening to what mom needs help with. That's another way to do it too. And that's a practice that you're not only doing for yourself, but you're also doing for someone else. So you can make a deck of cards. That's what the whole idea here is. And so I'm going to turn that one down. And then there was the other ones. But these are decks of cards. So we've made a deck of cards of thought kindness, and how we can read a card one a day and then think about how we can do what it says. This one is, choose your words so carefully even if you feel offended. Someone says something to you that isn't very nice. With gentle words, you can tell them that's not something you want to hear or a pleasant thing to do. And you can use that to remind yourself that make sure that that's not something that you do without thinking about it and recognizing that it's done. So that's another thought idea, and that's another kindness that you can do for yourself. So I did the whole book with the same idea with that on the side. Now, if you want, you can take these cards that you make, and you can put a pretty little bow around it and give it as a gift. Now, not this book, because you don't want to do that with someone else's work, but create your own card, which would be fun, and create your own little words like, I'm sending you a kind and loving word today, and then pick a word and put it on there. And that could be sending it to yourself by speaking it, or actually putting in a card and sending it to someone. But do one a day. And I think we have 10 here. Not sure, but I think we have 10. But wouldn't that be a lovely way to add joy to yourself, and then make a set and maybe give it to your grandparents, or give it to your aunts or uncles or cousins or one of those, and just send them a deck of kindness. Okay, that's one of the things you can do. You can write your words on one page, and on the back side or on another page, draw a picture or cut a picture out of a magazine or something like that. So that's one of the things that you can do. Then we also have The other way that you can do this is, as I said, you can send a card. The card would be, find a picture that relates to anything that you want to write in your card, or copy down some words or something that you like especially, and put it in a card. You would just glue it on the inside. I just took a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, like this, cut it in half, and then fold it. It's easy to make yourself a card, or make a card to send. And you can put the words in the center, and then find a pretty picture. I'm just using her things because it goes along with what we were talking about, the card deck of cards. And you can glue a picture of the outside, and maybe kindness is freedom, or being kind is loving. You know, something, or you can write something on the card if you want to. Again, you can draw your own pictures if you want to, or you pick out magazine pictures that you can put on a card. So there's another way of creating your own cards. Instead of having Mom buy them or going out to the store and getting a card, you can create your own using your imagination and your talents of whatever those happen to be. But that's another one of the things that you can do. And it's kind of fun. I don't know if you can have a chance to do this, but maybe with Dad's help or an older brother or sister, is to send your mom a card. Just tell her how much you appreciate all she does for you. It doesn't have to be Mother's Day. It doesn't have to be Christmas or any of those other holidays. Just any day you want to pick to send something like that. I know grandparents love getting cards like that in the mail or even an email. So there's lots of different ways in which you can share ways being kind. And one of them, let me find the one card that I was thinking about. That, right here. Oh, here it is. This is the one. Says, spend some time in nature. Love the surroundings. Take a deep breath. Deep breath in, slow and deep. And take in your surroundings. Here's a fun way to take in nature without walking or going anywhere. But to go outside and sit down in a chair, sit on the ground, or lay on the ground. Just know where you're safe. And close your eyes and just listen. Listen to what you hear. And after you do that for a few minutes, up to like 5 minutes, then if you have a pad of paper and a pencil, write down what you heard, or draw a picture of what you heard. Did you hear a dog barking? Draw a picture of a dog if you like doing that. Or write down what you heard. If you put barking, well, if you put barking down, obviously there was a dog attached to it, right? So you put a dog barking. And possibly you smelt the roses in your neighbor's yard. The wind is blowing and you had the smell of roses. And silently thank the neighbor for the lovely roses that you got to smell. You didn't have to go anywhere. You just sat in your backyard and laid down, or sat in the chair and just took those in. And what else did you hear? What else did you hear in there? And what you're doing is you're showing yourself a sense of kindness and respecting yourself by simply sitting quiet and taking in what's around you without looking, just with your eyes closed, and to take that in. And the other thing that might do for you, or depending on what kind of things you enjoy doing, it may inspire you to draw a picture of what you heard. Did you hear a bee? Or it's pretty hard to hear a butterfly. But what did you hear? Did you hear a car going by? Or one of those things. So there's lots of things that you can do to show yourself kindness and to show kindness to other people. It isn't just when you read a book about kindness, it isn't just about, oh gosh, that means I should be kind to so-and-so and so-and-so and do this and do that. When you always know that you start with yourself, that's part of who you are and what you like to share. So what other ways can you think of that you might be able to share kindness without going anywhere? One of the things that is a really nice, kind way, especially with your family and at home, is can you quietly go about maybe picking up the living room and putting things back in order, or putting the dishes away, or maybe even washing the dishes if you find dishes in the sink. And nobody's going to have to see you doing it. That's another way of being kind to your family. And then the other kindness, too, is if you take a walk and you see trash, pick it up. Throw it in the trash. And, paper or anything else happens to be laying around, especially if the wind blew it in your yard or in your neighborhood. That's another way of showing kindness, not only to your neighbors, but showing kindness to the environment, keeping the environment neat and tidy. And sometimes that's not an easy thing to do, but it's certainly a way that you can make a difference. So the kindness that we do isn't necessarily just for ourselves, but it's for everybody. It's for the plants and the animals, and it's for all the different things that we get to enjoy that we don't have to go out and work hard to accomplish. So the ways of kindness start with you and end with you. No matter how they unfold, they still start with you and they still end with you. So if you can take a few minutes every single day and maybe make yourself a set of kindness cards that you can work from that remind you of ways to be kind to yourself. And let's say there's 4 things you can be kind to yourself. 1 is to get plenty of rest. The next one for yourself is to give yourself time to learn something new every day, and to feed yourself and to know that the food that you eat is healthy for your body. And the other one is, what does your environment look like? When I say your environment, I'm talking about your bedroom. Even if you share a bedroom, you can still be sure you can be responsible for your things. So you've done 4 acts of kindness for yourself, to yourself. And it has a residual. You know what residual means? There's something else that goes on after it. That residual effect is if you get enough rest, then you're not crabby, and mom and dad don't have to deal with a crabby kid, and you don't have to deal with it yourself when you're crabby. And the other one is eating well. You're being kind to your mom and your dad for the food that they purchase that you eat, and it does good things for you. And the other one is about your environment. Nothing's worse than absolutely you have this certain thing that you want, and you know it's in your room somewhere. But where did I put that? And spend time thinking about how you can make it easier for you to find things in your room. So that's another thing that you're doing, and you're going to receive benefit from that when you go, oh yeah, I need that, and I know exactly where to go get it. That's amazing to be able to do for yourself. And you're also helping your mom, because you're not saying, Mom, please come find this for me. I don't know what I did with it. Help me find it. You're giving your mom time. Isn't that great? What a great gift to give. Give them time. So there's all kinds of things that you can do, not only for yourself, but for everybody that you come in contact with. Be kind and gentle. Use loving words, because it always comes back to you. So go ahead and make yourself some cards if you can do that. Or make yourself a deck of cards that means something to you, that benefits you, because you benefit others when you do that. All right? So share a little kindness, which is what our book was about, and you're always the first person that you can share with. Did you know that? So be kind to yourself and share lots, and all the things that you receive, find ways to be kind and show and return it. And it doesn't necessarily mean you go out and buy anything. It just simply means you be who you are. Be loving and kind and giving, and all those things return to you lots and lots of times. So I hope you enjoyed the story and can do something with a couple of the ideas that we shared. But enjoy your day and enjoy the week, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. Take care. you.